Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Awaken to Joy. I'm Shem,
Je suis Omondi.
and it's lovely to see you all again. It's lovely to have you on, whoever's there. You're catching the vibes. It's an impromptu thing. And yeah, we're doing it again. Friday, we here. We're doing another etymology, and we are doing another collective reading together. I like these ones we do this together.
Yeah, it's
I
awesome.
do, I do, I do.
It's always surprising, you never know what to
Yeah,
expect.
you're gonna like find more words for me to like not be able to really say, or find more words that I'm going to have to be a little bit more creative with.
Hmm.
I really this week alone I realized how much I used try.
I know. I'm trying. Just stop using try.
Literally, I was just like, okay, challenge. It was
It's
like
like challenge accepted.
yeah.
I
And
know.
I was just like, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, that's one of those words that was like a
But
staple of mine.
the staple,
It was a
it's
staple.
like one of these ingredients. When you cook food, um, you use these ingredients everywhere, anytime.
No, it was like a staple, like high level staple, like a white tea. Like
Do, do,
it was a go to.
do you know what it is? We are so used and comforted by languages that at some point we don't realize how often we use it unless somebody points it out.
That's true. Though I've realized because we we come from two different mother tongues, we oft language comes up a lot with us
Yeah, all the time.
all the time.
Yeah, but you know what? There's no much difference between English and French actually. It's just that many words, many words are the same. It's just pronounced differently, you know. And the ongoing mentality behind it is not that different either.
That is true to some extent, but then there's nuances like this eventually thing we do.
The eventually business.
Cool.
I know, I know.
Um, and many more, but I guess it comes up because the house is bilingual, so language we are well aware of the pros and cons and the flexibilities and the constraints and the separations and the coming togethers of the vast duality that is language.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, languages has been people's limitation, even down to who they're gonna decide they're gonna meet in their lives.
If
I
they
think,
let it,
yeah,
if they let it. Remember how your French used to be Cinderella French?
yeah.
Like come 12 o'clock, that's it. You're back
I'm
to
losing.
French again.
I'm losing my power, my superpower.
We're back to the pumpkin.
Yeah. But you know what it is? I think what it is also no one has yet got to a point where they're saying to themselves, what if everyone spoke the same language? I mean, no, I'm sure people ask themselves that question, but I'm just saying, like, not a lot of people are actually probably asking themselves that because they're thinking that's impossible. And obviously, now with telepathy and people now starting communicating with one another, because I don't think, actually, I think if you can speak telepathically, you don't use language, you use meaning, right?
Yeah.
So imagine if there's no need for you to use any language, how would the world be? And would people actually allow themselves more freedom?
Oof.
Because,
That's a good question because I've realized in learning languages that language isn't just the only thing you learn. You when you pick up a language, you pick up a culture.
yeah,
Because to try and very often where my learning curves were was trying to do a direct translation from English to French.
oh yeah, that'll
It
that'll
don't
work out.
work.
No,
It's
vice
quirky.
versa.
No, you quiet a room quickly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like when
Everyone
the
looks at
joke
you
don't
like,
land.
oh my gosh, it's
Yeah,
happened so many times.
yeah, this is not a
I
good
just
time.
stay with the awkwardness, you know.
Yeah, you go.
Sometimes I'm just like, hey, this is where I live for now.
Well, it's
I
part
live
of
here
being
for the next 5 minutes.
exactly. It's part of being yourself. You might as well bathe in the awkwardness and
Bathe.
be comfortable with it. But the truth is, yeah, it doesn't work if you because there's also a philosophical aspect of the language, and like you say, culture, the mentality is different. Even when you use seemingly the same words, like often we just had a bit of an issue with eventually.
Yeah.
So eventually in English and in French, eventually it's éventuellement, and it's completely used like
We don't use it the
differently.
same.
We don't use the same. So yeah, that can be a bit jarring. But yeah.
Yeah, it can be.
So yeah, so
But
let's step
yeah.
into our power, innit?
Well, it comes with
Innit?
the in it. Are you mocking my English?
No, I don't. I actually like it. I use it a lot. I like it a lot. I use it
A lot.
a lot. Yeah. So you ready for the words I have this week?
Yeah, I got
So
just
so just to
roll with
explain,
it.
I'm going to explain first why we're doing this and why I choose to actually speak about the etymology of the words is because for the sake of manifestation, you do have to see how words feel in your body, how they've been registered, how you understand them, how you interpret them, and how it can free you or hinder you from manifesting the reality you desire.
Okay,
So it's a very it's probably often overlooked, you know.
go for it.
So we say, oh no, it's just figure of speech, it's not that serious.
Yeah,
But your body doesn't know the difference. Again, like we said last week, your body is just you say black, your body thinks black. It
yeah.
doesn't it doesn't think you meant it in a good way or in a bad way. It's pretty neutral, but that will affect you depending on how you perceive black. So if you scared of the dark, they may affect you in certain ways.
I see
So
that.
yeah. So the first word is own or ownership.
All right.
So the etymology, so the root origin of it, it comes from the Old English. So I'm gonna try to pronounce that properly. Is agen.
Okay.
So AGEN, but A with like sort of like a little wave on top. So I don't know how you would pronounce that correctly. Probably agen. But anyways, it's from Old English, meaning proper, possessed, belonging to oneself, but originally it pointed more towards alignment with self than control over something external.
Oh,
Yeah. So originally that's how it was meant,
yeah.
right? But since we've distorted the meaning as well, so then we when we talk about owning something on ownership,
Mm.
we exclusively most likely most of the time looking outside of ourselves. So the hidden distortion, I'm gonna cover this. So hidden distortion over time, ownership has been shaped into control, possession, domination, separation. This is mine, not yours.
Yeah.
So it subtly reinforces fear of loss, attachment, external validation of value.
Yeah.
So
I
you
can see why.
yeah, and I mean, try ask yourself the question: how do you view ownership? How it makes you feel when something is used? If someone was to just touch it or didn't ask or pick it up without even looking at you, like you don't exist in the room. So as that make you feel? And I'm not saying it's okay for someone to do that. All I'm saying is you do have to fit into how
How it
what
makes you feel.
in your body. Yeah. So yeah. So
I'm
it can
I'm
be
a little
subtle.
bit surprised that it has something to do with alignment originally.
Yeah. I guess I can
What
see.
run that back
Yeah, I'll
cuz I'm
run it back.
like,
So the etymology, so what it means in Old English, proper, possessed, belonging to oneself. So, but originally it pointed more towards alignment with self. So I guess people were referring to ownership only something that has to see with self, maybe your consciousness. maybe more as you being one with yourself. I guess think about, if I can see that if you're in a world where ownership don't exist, so everything is everybody and everything is nobody's. You see what I mean? So
except
you,
for your own,
except for what you know to be true, which is
your
your
own.
existence, your own.
I get it
So
now.
I can see why it was taken originally like that. So yeah,
Okay, I
that's
feel you.
quite interesting in a sense, right?
Mm,
Yeah. So the hidden distortion over time, and then obviously the subtle reinforcement
mm.
of that distortion, so it create more fear of loss, and it does, because if you live in a world, and we most of us do, where people look up to you because you own a house or you own a car, um, you own I don't know, there's many things, a computer or anything else. Then if you don't own these essential, or even down to a TV, if you don't have TV in your home, a lot of people like, why don't you have a TV in your home? So there's like a status associated to it a lot,
There is.
which is limit people with the ability to detach themselves from external goods or situations.
It comes with a
Yeah,
validation.
absolutely.
It's gone from possessing it to it possessing you.
That's
So
right.
when I see the possession piece now, it's kind of like you are possessed
Absolutely.
rather than you possess. It's
Yeah.
like a two-way street. When
Yeah.
you add that element of tying it to status, or because when you tie something to status or value
Yeah.
of what you think is yourself,
Yeah.
then now there's that piece to wrestle with, whether or not you are of value, or all the other things that come with it. Are you safe? Is your thing safe now? Do you need insurance? Do you need to, and this, how your safety is now put up for, now your safety and your status is put up
Well,
for grabs. Like
that's
that's where the fear elements are injected, right?
absolutely, and it's how initially you construct the idea of identity,
Okay, I see that.
because you can see from a young age, uh, learn how to share. This is not yours, and how very young, a toddler or baby may fight for something that baby wants, right?
Mm,
But we're going to teach the baby that it's not yours, or you must share because it is everyone's, or it's always has to be into reference of owning something. So of course you live in a society where you still have to function to this certain things you have to do. But when you think about it, how ownership is being um, put as a concept, and how people understand it, it opens ways of manipulations,
mm,
and willingly as well,
yeah,
because we co-sign for things and then we understand there's rules about it, etc.
yeah. Hey MJ,
Hey, MJ.
I see what you're saying here. So MJ just said, so I've heard that it's all about how you feel or intention more than the word used. But I get how certain phrases can be diminishing. Yeah, and that's the thing. Moving forward, it will be about the intention behind it, the vibration behind it. It's like a coupling of it. But I know that some words we say unintentionally do something in your vessel because of the attachment that we've had to it. So while it's like, how do you feel about it? It's like, really, how do you feel about it? What does it mean to you as you use it, or as you use it towards somebody or something? But yeah, yeah, you're dead on.
So yeah, so I was going to comment on what MJ said. So it's absolutely true what you're saying. It is very important. The intention is extremely important. But what we pointing out here is the running programs, the one you don't realize, and like Shem say, how it feels in your vessel. So basically, the reason why this is important to understand, it's because your vessel, your brain, the fleshy aspect of it, doesn't have feelings. The feelings are still chosen on a conscious level. So, which means depending on how it's been registered through trauma or when you were younger, or if you have a traumatic experience even now as an adult, then certain things will be triggering and they're going to
Mm.
cause something. So they're going to mess up with your frequency, which means that leads to also the ability to for someone to manipulate that as well. See if they say, when we say, "Oh yeah, stop pushing my button," like when someone's trying to trigger you. So these are all the thing we willingly but unknowingly doing it. So what I'm saying is, we only seeing the aspect of the programmation of it and the mechanics what's taking place. But yes, you're right. Intentions, absolutely. And it's when you once you understand that, you set your intention and it becomes so much more powerful. So that's basically you're already like basically in the second stage of it. When you start, you notice your patterns and how certain things making you feel, and then you become intentional, and then you start changing things around
Yeah.
you.
Hi,
Yeah.
Victoria.
Hi, Victoria. So yeah, so it's actually often not really talked about, but it's been highly used by different secret services. How they know how to basically run
And
programs into
advertising,
people, advertisement as well,
propaganda, all of that.
propaganda, and how you trigger people. Um, so yeah, that is something important to
Yeah.
realize. It says a language that doesn't have limitation built in.
I wouldn't say that I don't know
I
about all of the languages enough to
Yeah, I
answer
was going to
that.
say that as well. But I'm
Yeah.
guessing because of the human experience, I will say that for the most part, we're here for the duality of it all. So I'm sure that most of the languages they've got some level of distortion.
Yeah. Hello, blessed.
Hey, Blaze. So I'm gonna move on. Oh, I was going to actually mention another thing about ownership. Um, we often heard that sentence from I think it's from Klaus Schwab that says, "On nothing can be happy,"
Mm.
and people got very pissed off about it because it was like, "What do you mean on nothing?" and blah blah blah. But that's the whole game. So um, I'll make you feel you need to own things. And if I tell you own nothing and be happy, you will throw the baby with the bathwater because you will not see what could be powerful in owning nothing. Hence why many wealthy people don't put things in their name. So
They're telling you without telling you, but they
yeah,
telling you.
so that's the whole
Okay.
game. And because they know you don't really like them, you have a rejection towards them, you will probably reject the concept in
Yeah.
the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on. So yeah, so original true frequency at a part as well. Purest level on means that we're talking about the purest level, yeah.
Go
To
on.
recognize as part of self-expression, to stand in authorship, to embody fully without fragmentation. Ownership is not about holding something, it is about being in full alignment with what flows through you. So I remember once you say something, the idea of custodianship, that might be actually a more healthy way to approach it.
Two things come up when you say that. Number one, that first part that you said reminds me of what it is that that a toddler might be experiencing.
Yeah.
It's not that they think it's mine, it's just that they think, what was that thing that you just said, the first bit of the true one?
Yeah. To recognize as part of self-expression.
Yeah, so say they're playing with something.
Right.
For them in that moment, they are expressing
Yeah.
themselves. So you taking that away is not because you're taking away what they own. For them, it's like I was in full self-expression. You just got into my flow.
Also, think about it as well. There's the other situation where you often see a kid playing with one thing, and the younger kid don't understand, and they want what that kid's playing with. But it's like it's the expression with no limitation. You see something accessible is right in front of you, therefore you want to go and get it
Yeah.
because you don't see why you can't use it.
Express
Yeah,
yourself in
it's
that
just
way.
that obviously they lack the understanding and the constraint of this world of duality. So, you know, because uh, if you are on the other side, you want some things, you will duplicate whatever you see that you want, right? You don't have but it's instant.
Yeah, but then
You don't have to do without. That's what it is.
this is where our understanding of these things can come in, because now when you see a child doing that, instead of insisting that they're selfish or insisting that they don't know how to share, they don't like sharing, they never took it like that. For them, it's not that, it's self-expression, I guess.
Yeah, they
Well,
see.
it could be.
Well, they see some things, they get inspired.
Yeah, and they want
So
to express themselves in the same
they
way.
want to express that experience with that same set things. Yes.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Yeah. And if things are instant, think about if you are on the other side, you desire something, it shows up. Even if you see someone having it,
Mm,
it inspires you, you desire it, it just shows up.
mm.
So there's not these things where this limitation what you cannot have.
Yeah,
And the
or you
part
can't experience.
right
Yeah.
and the part of ownership display the idea of have and have not.
Yeah.
If
Well, here
everyone,
it does, yeah.
yeah, here I'm talking about, yeah. So if we on if let's say if you are abundant or you live in a world of abundance of all sort, and there's never limitation. If I could just walk anywhere and just get into a car, whatever car, and I don't need my own car because anyone, do you know, actually it's funny because you know when they started bringing around the bags for the city and then to make it accessible to basically anyone, you just needed the app. Although they started charging people, that was always something involved.
Mais bon.
But I'm just saying, had they just put like this free and then you drop it to where you're going, and then you always you don't do without the bag basically. You're not going to go buy your bag. Yeah, you're not going to want to buy
You
your
don't need to
bag.
own one.
You don't need to own one. It's accessible. You don't
You're
think
just,
of
that's where the custodian piece is coming on.
absolutely.
And I saw that firstly in gardening. I just thought, I've planted this tree, right?
Yeah,
This tree's gonna just outlive all of us, maybe. Okay. But you get what I mean.
I know what
Yeah.
you mean. Provided the storms that just might unroot the tree, but yes, you're probably absolutely right.
Okay. But in my mind I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna put this tree here. This tree's gonna be here centuries. I'm just the custodian for it. It's
Yes.
not my tree. I don't own the tree. I'm just looking after it while I'm in its presence. And
Yeah.
I am just experiencing the tree right now. And I care for the tree, or don't, whatever you want to do in that moment with that tree, right?
Yeah.
So it's more of a custodian
Yeah.
to something that's going to stand the test of time.
Absolutely. It's actually a beautiful way to put it.
Here.
Yeah. It yes.
That's what I started looking into custodianship
I
rather
know.
than ownership.
I know, and it makes sense.
Well, it
It
made
makes
sense to
sense.
me at the
Yeah.
time. And I may or may not change my mind depending on what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm open.
Absolutely. So ownership is not about holding something. It is about being in full alignment with what flows through you. So I think that's the part of the custodianship where you let things flow through you while things are in your presence. Then you're using it, you're caring for it, etc. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for most of the thing, once we cross over, you're not gonna keep all of these things. So it is in your presence while you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Melekta.
Hey, Victor. So yeah, it's actually how the world is truly designed.
Well, it's how you decide you want to move in it, right?
Yeah.
So give me the rest. Let's go through this because
All
I'm
right.
like, I could deep dive, but I
Yeah.
know
Well,
you got
we're
things.
gonna.
I know you got things to do. Go, go,
Well,
go, go, go.
eventually we'll put something together with more deep dive. But yeah. So just a quick fix. So instead of I own this, moving to I am in full stewardship of this.
Oh,
So it's come
like
back to
custodianship.
kinship. Yeah. So you can say, and you were absolutely on point. This is an expression through me.
Okay.
Yeah, I stand in authorship of this.
Yeah.
So there's different ways. And even if you don't say it, but you understand it, it changes your vibration. You no longer vibrate at this level of scarcity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this for about a lifetime. I'm gonna care for this for about a lifetime, and then I'm gonna just let this go to next hands or loving hands or whatever it is, and
Yeah,
they can
exactly.
hold on to it or
And
not.
it's
And
a more loving way to perceive things.
well, I took it under the guise that I'd be looking after something. That's why I was thinking about the garden. I'd be like, some really beautiful gardens out there. They're like mature gardens, like 100 years old. The centennial gardens. It's like, oof.
Yeah.
But then there's gardeners there that have spent 40 years each just caring, focusing, loving on those gardens, and they've been the custodian, and then they've been the apprentice to who's taken over, and then you can see that people have just dedicated lifetimes to being a custodian to that house or that
Yeah, absolutely.
garden or that piece of anything, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you often see it with castles when they look after the topiary.
Yeah.
For the Baxus, I mean, it takes so long to grow these trees,
Yeah.
let alone give them form to, like, maybe, I don't know, a horse or whatever
Yeah.
forms they give them.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's all thing. Yeah, or bonsai, you know.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's all great. So yeah, so that was the first word. I'm gonna move on a little faster.
Go on. I won't
So
hold you. I
now,
won't hold you. I
I
won't
know, I
hold
know.
you.
It's we can chop it up another time a bit deeper. Yeah. So currency. So that's the second word. So the etymology of currency. So it's from the Latin currere. So currere, which mean to run, to flow, to move. Currere. Is a funny word, right?
Hmm.
So it means to run, to flow, to move. So currency originally referred to movement, not money. That's another one that um, people miss, and that is why this creates scarcity in the life, because the lack of understanding what it actually is. The hidden distortion over time. So currency has been narrowed into money only, transactional exchange, something to accumulate and hold. You can see what the problem is right here. Okay.
It's missing its flow state.
Yes. So this creates stagnation, fear of losing, again, fear of losing,
Yeah.
um, over attachment to numbers, and over attachment to numbers.
There's that bill again.
Now, right? Exactly. So I don't think I need to explain that. I think
No,
it's
you
clear,
don't.
right?
Yeah.
So original true Africancy, yeah. We're gonna get to the real. So
All right.
currency is energy in motion, value circulating, exchange in flow. Money is just one form of currency. So you understand now, if the financial institution, when they talk about the currency, they don't mean money.
Mm.
You think it's money, but it is not. So that's how you keep a bunch of people in scarcity.
If you just, yeah,
Yeah,
teach
that's
them it's
that's that.
only one thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, but is attention, creativity. That's what it actually is. Love, ideas, and time. When currency stops flowing, it loses its nature.
Mm.
So it's no longer what it was originally designed for. So let's say, what? Let's put in terms of money then, because the first thing people hear is, well, currency, money. All right. So if it stay with you, hence why people often talk about, well, I'm gonna be accumulating it, so attach the numbers, and then I'm gonna save it, trying to store it, and then hopefully with this saving, I will do this with that. So they create a block. with saving. And this is why always the saving get depleted and they have to find themselves again trying to do it, but it never really flow and it's never really abundant. And it's also created with a lot of resistance as well, a lot of efforting.
Like the beaver in the dam.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah. You see what I mean? So yeah,
As you're speaking, I'm just getting these like,
yeah,
yeah, I'm getting the visuals.
yeah.
Go,
So
go, go.
when
Mm-hmm.
currency stops flowing, I repeat again, it loses its nature. It loses its nature. So the frequency shift to that instead of I need more money. So that's why we'll spend money because it's the most simple way to understand it right now. Move into I allow more flow into my field. I am open to circulation and exchange. Values moves freely to and through me.
I like that one.
Yeah. This removes contraction and restores movement. So this is the thing to understand. Energy is not created. It never dies. So it must flow somewhere. Hence why Reiki is important because when you got blockage in your body, someone helping that blockage to just be released allows that energy to flow and bring you vitality and all sort of goodness comes from that.
Mm.
But that's for every energy
Including currency.
and currency. And you'd be surprised how I'm not going to use the word riddle, it's not really a great word, but how weaved it is in our lives.
I know it's definitely weaved into the movements of the markets.
And
People's emotions, it moves like you can see the markets move with emotions. You can see the markets move with people's feelings, the currencies that run through them, the flows, the ebbs and flows of their emotion,
it is
just like the weather.
absolutely, it's very telling.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so we're gonna move on now to the third word, which is it's a big one, it's abundance, and it's a very interesting word.
Go
It's
on.
yeah. So I'm gonna go through the etymology first. So from Latin, abundare. So I'm trying to see how you would pronounce it in English. Yeah, I'm gonna spell it Abundare. So if someone know how to speak Latin, by all means, correct me. The meaning to overflow, to rise in waves, to be plentiful. So the imagery is not storage; it is overflowing movement. That's what
Okay.
abundance is. So I thought it was fitting to talk about abundance just behind currency. Um,
Okay.
However, there's a hidden distortion over time here. So
Okay.
abundance is often interpreted as accumulation, excess, having more than others,
Okay. Yeah, I
right?
feel that.
Because when you don't feel good about something in a situation, and that's what it might not be admitted at first, but it's because you're looking and you're comparing around you. You thinking about this should be my standard, that that I should be at this level, or this is where I'm at, and this is not great. So it's always in comparison to some things because we're in a world of reference. So we always refer ourselves to, what we've been told growing up or through our education, what we've learned.
Mm.
So,
Or our past knowings.
and a past knowing. Yeah. So, yeah, there is actually a distortion when people use abundance because of their understanding of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting Ace of Cups energy. I get it.
Yeah. It's coming up, isn't it?
It
Soon
is.
time for the cards.
No, I'm as you're
Right?
saying this, I'm already zoning out. I'm like, okay, here we go.
So yeah, it's often referred as having more than others, accumulation, excess, etc.
Okay.
This can certainly create comparison, pressure, external measurement of worth. So yeah, that could be so basically even the understanding of abundance, the usage of the word, it has to be you have to be mindful, I guess, if I can say that, mindful about how you use the word. How do you feel? How it makes you feel? What's your emotion? What's going through your body when you speak of abundance? Is it because you're trying to prove to your mom and dad that you're not a wasteful person and they shouldn't they should be proud of you, or are you looking for approval, or you do have to bring it back to really the grassroots or what you feel you're not abundant, because we've mentioned it in the Great Unlock many times. You've said it countless amount of time that it's a state of being that you already are abundant. You're just not abundant in the things you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the original true frequency of abundance is natural overflow is of replenishment, continuous supply through alignment.
I, do you know what? This is where I'm just the biggest place I learnt about this was through gardening.
Yeah.
And I will say it through like a tomato seed.
Right.
Look how many seeds are in a tomato. Just one tomato, one cherry tomato. So many.
So many.
And if you want to plant a tomato for the following year, you just take the cherry tomato and just leave it there in the soil. You don't even have to bury it. You just leave it there.
Yeah, sometimes the plant dies and all grows
And
again.
the whole thing just comes
Yeah.
again. And look how many thousands of little tomatoes you can get from that. We used to have too many tomatoes,
Yeah.
an
Ju-
abundance of tomatoes. And I said, look at how many tomatoes we have in this bowl just this morning.
But you know what's funny? The interference we used to collect the seeds. We could have just left it all die, and then next year
Yeah,
everything
well,
goes on their own.
eventually we
Yeah,
learned that. That
that's
was
what we
really
learned.
where that was where I was gonna
Mm,
land,
mm.
Mr. Telepathy. But yeah, that's
Oh,
what I
that's
was
what
gonna.
I
Oh,
said.
yeah, that's how it goes. Um,
Apologies, apologies.
apologies, telepathies.
Had a
Okay,
abundance of thoughts that it wasn't mine, but there you go.
that's that minding your business piece.
Minding the
Okay.
business. It's true that.
All right.
Yeah.
Hang on. We got some newcomers. There's a delay on this chat, so
Hey guys,
if
yeah.
we get around to saying hi to you, it's because of the delay. But hi, Loretta.
Hello,
So Tom is saying
hi Tom.
or Tamura. I'm gonna
Tamura.
say Tamura just in case it's not Tom. But
Tom
yes,
Tom
I'm gonna say what I see.
Tamura.
So here we go. Um, beware the word rule. To rule, to measure. Be your own rule, your own measure, your own ruler.
Ruler.
Listen, ain't that a
You
quote to go up on the
you
kids'
dropping the
walls?
mic.
Mic drops out here in
Mic
these
drops.
chats.
Love it. Thank you. Um
Yeah,
gardening
Mother
Mother
Nature
Nature.
is an excellent teacher. Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So
We did some
just,
homesteading
yeah, this is
back
what
in
it
France.
taught me.
Hmm.
And I was like, it's the natural state is abundance. Without you doing anything,
Absolutely.
you let that thing die and it's still there. The energy is just changed form, ready to come back and give more.
It's amazing.
So
It
if
really
you
is an
look at
amazing
if
process.
you think about how many tomato to how many seeds are in a little cherry tomato, but then you look at them grow in the wild and it's just the tree's full of it's full of them
Absolutely, yeah.
for 2 meters up, 2 meters across, full of them. And you think, I couldn't possibly count the seeds on all of this. You
Yeah,
just
no.
couldn't.
No, you couldn't possibly do that, no.
It's just abundant
It's
and with ease.
yeah, I miss this time, man.
Are we going back?
Are we going back?
Are we
Yeah,
going
that was a
back?
good time. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
Tom.
Tom, cool. So, but it's really important, and I think abundance is one.
Pretty great. I love that.
Abundance also is not a reward; it's a state. So it's not something you're like, oh, I want to be abundant. I'm gonna get, I'm gonna be in,
The garden don't let you glaze yourself, you
I'm
know.
gonna be on a ship in my abundance, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that,
Imagine
and
you spoke
and
about
and
that
I'm gonna
about,
get this, and I'm gonna
yeah,
get that.
yeah. It don't make
It's not.
sense when you
No.
extrapolate it to nature.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
It sounds like that had nothing to do with you. You're just you are literally a bystander to
Yeah,
this.
nature don't need you.
This was gonna did need you.
But then again, I guess it raises the other, you know, big hoax about global warming. and the idea behind we need to interfere this what we need to do, and etc. Nature don't need you. It's proven itself so many times over and has sorted any issue on its own.
I think also it's that piece where we think we're separate from it
Oh yeah, well, because we think it exactly. We extrapolate ourselves from it so we can be the outside actors and start
and
and those
impose.
and interfere, and we making change and blah blah blah. But actually, it is not scientifically true. But anyway, we're not going to enter into that. But
Who gives a
yeah,
crap about that? You only need to put your hand in the soil for 2 seasons and you'll know better than that.
yes. Yeah, so frequency shift, that will be on the end of this. So instead of I want abundance, move into I am in overflow. There is always more available to me. Life responds to me in fullness. So abundance
That sits
becomes
better in my vessel. Like that feels
absolutely,
better.
yeah, for me too. Abundance becomes not a goal but a state of being. So yeah,
I like it.
you got it now.
I like it a lot.
Now, if you
Okay.
didn't know, now you know.
So that actually coincides with one of the commands that you have. So I'm only going to read a piece of the command, then I'm going to get onto the collective reading. Okay. But it's you got one here on abundance, and this command, these are the different commands that you put together. And just because I'm still working through your all right, here we go. Okay. So I'll start from here. The command, part of the command is I release all patterns of lack, limitation, distortion, and misalignment across all layers of my being, across time, space, and probability. I choose overflow that is grounded, sustainable, and aligned with unconditional love, clarity, and wisdom. I know that what is meant for me flows to me with ease and precision. I receive, circulate, and expand it consciously. This is my will, it is done. Yeah,
It's simple, but it's efficient, and it kind of
yeah, I like it.
picture what state
It
you,
just
you
as you
you
broke
can
down
be
the
in.
etymology,
Yeah,
it gave me a new um it gave me a new perspective about the
yeah.
commands.
Essentially, etymology, the etymology of the word, and why I decided to do that. It's just that it's an activation, because when you begin to understand, then you are more aware, and your awareness literally activates your vessel and reprogram your vessel, because these running programs sometimes they are noticed, and it's as you acquire more understanding and you become more aware that you deactivate the old patterns and you reactivate new ones that's
Mm,
gonna serve your highest good. Yeah.
I love it. All right. I'm gonna get on to the reading now.
Yeah.
Okay, let me set up shop. You're gonna have
Yeah.
to
Let
to
me
clear this.
give you some space,
I'm think I'm only gonna use
because you've got
these
an
three
abundance of
anyway.
cards, eh? An overflow of cards.
I don't even know if I want to
You
use
don't
them.
have abundance. It's just flowing through you, through the cards through you. All right, let's
You're like,
go.
oh no, I'm the custodian of these cards until a
Because
kid comes and tries to rip one of them. Go, don't touch my cards.
right, that's the thing.
Yeah, I
And
know.
how do you react? How do you get upset? How do you allow yourself to be upset? How long you allowing yourself to be upset for? And that is a testimony of your vibration. Because of a lack of understanding for most of the time.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's all self-expression, then there's nothing to be mad about. But hey, we'll go for it, don't we?
Of course, we out here
Yeah.
in these Realm One streets.
Oh,
Okay.
100%.
All right.
think I picked it up in this week. I don't remember about what, but it was about something.
Oh, only this week.
Not long ago. Week is still young. You know what I mean?
So, firstly, I'm just gonna come through with the download that I had on the collective,
Yeah, go ahead.
which came through about Thursday. So yeah, and it hasn't changed because I was like, "Are we sure about this? What are we doing here?" And it was like, "No, no, no, that's it." I was like, "Cool, all right, all right, cool." So numbers that came up: 748, 555, 3, 7, and 2. Leo energy, Pisces energy, Virgo, and Sagittarius energies. Okay. But more like they were shown to me as doors, doorways, portals, past patterns that were lived. And then I got this understanding that these are certain patterns that we return to. Yeah.
Okay.
The name Willis, and Patricia, or like Petra and Patricia, like that, like pet as well,
Yeah.
like a pet name. All right. Then I was shown like maple syrup and pancakes sitting on a table,
Really?
like perfectly there. And I was like, oh, this is nice. Because that's how I am. Like that. I'm still very much me. Like whenever I see these things or whenever these things appear to me or come to me, I'm just like, oh, that's nice.
An
Yum, yum.
abundance of food.
Right.
Mm.
But it was left there. And I was just like, so it was showing me like someone who's literally setting a table day after day. Someone is pouring their energy into preparing something and then having that thing available to them, but then simultaneously not having the time to sit down and enjoy it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Not having the time to sit down and enjoy the very thing it is that they have built or put time and effort and love into and artistry into, you know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't any old, pancakes and whatever. It was done really nicely. It was presented nicely. It was laid out nicely. It's like someone not having the time to sit at a table that they have laid for themselves. Someone not having the time to sit and enjoy that, what they have created. And then always like coming back and then having to throw that thing away or having to save it till later. This idea that they're saving it till later. And then also the idea that when they come back, they don't have the energy to enjoy. So like, it's not even just time. It's like this time and energy to enjoy it. Like they've lost the appetite to
Okay.
enjoy that very thing that has been created for them or that they created. Okay. So, yeah. And then it tied in with tables as well and finding themselves absent from stability. So finding themselves always absent from being able to settle themselves, to being able to sit down at their own table, to being able to be stable and stay and enjoy something. Not having a seat at the table, that feeling of missing out on something, that feeling of not having a say over something came up as well. Yeah. And then I heard cycle breaker. It was like a cycle breaker from what? From this pattern. They were like a cycle breaker from these type of patterns. I also got emotional fortitude, courage, focus, and then they said no, fortitude. I was like, okay. So we're going to look into all of that right now. Absolutely. Looking into that. So in the spirit of cycles, and I'll let you deal with the chats because I'll be in and out. But yeah, in the spirit of cycles, I know that there are a few cycles that people want to move into or out of or find themselves in. And it's like sitting down and asking ourselves what question the question we need to get out of certain cycles, like what cycle keeps on appearing like that in your life, this thing you adore but don't have time for, or you feel that you doesn't quite fit into your field, but you get to be adjacent to it, but just out of reach of enjoying.
So I'm gonna read a few
Yeah,
things there. So first of all, Leo energy. So that is from
it's
Tom.
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 Okay.
Money is an energy thief. Thief. Yeah. The exchange rate of time for money is peaceful. Patterns that don't serve useful purpose are meant to be busted up and reformed into patterns of support instead.
Okay,
True.
here we go. No, it's this one in particular. Thank you. All right, what has come up? What are these patterns in the collective? Okay. All right. Patterns around karmic love. We got Venus energy here. We got Gemini. We got patterns around certain amount of communications. Communications between our relationship about love and what it is that we give and take and how we give and take. And these are loving relationships. Which explains why I saw the pancakes, because they were done with like love. You know, when the pancakes look like somebody woke up early to do it and put it down, and then they had that perfectly shaped bit of butter on it, and then poured the like. It was done with love.
Okay, I see.
So I'm not surprised to see this. So there's patterns here with love. Definitely Venus energy, and where's the other one as well? And there's also patterns around power and protection. 4 would be relevant, 8 will be relevant, 34 will be relevant. Okay, all right. So I'm going to look into this. How do we move past this energy of this block in this karmic love situation here? Because I think that it's based around, okay, I'm seeing this here for someone. All right. Reveal this Cancer energy we've got going on. Okay. So what's coming through right now is that there are lots of ideas around love, patterns around love, where this is what love is supposed to look like. But then finding out that in protecting that belief, you're losing power in what you actually really feel you're supposed to connect with. So it's like holding on to a belief that takes you away from being able to experience fully that which you expect love to be. And the karmic side of it is purely about the giving and the taking, the consequence of an action. So when you keep on doing this thing, when you keep on having this pattern, that's where the power is lost, because you're not drawing from the experience how you felt like you should have. Yeah. That's when disappointment sets in. That's when you feel like there's nothing to salvage. That's where people are feeling powerless. That's what's irking. We've got evil eye energy as well. We've got this idea of somebody being quite, what do you call it? Overprotective. We've got this overprotective energy here. And this overprotective energy and this feeling of powerlessness is part of this karmic love, this distorted version of what love has become. And it didn't start off like this. It's just become that because of following the norm, following the way, following past cycles of not even that don't even belong to us. past ideas. Like someone said, this is the way a marriage is supposed to go. This is what you're supposed to do, and then you do it, and then you find yourself just in a state missing out. Not what they said on the packet type of energy. All right. Thank you. Yeah, out of balance. So there's a power thing, there's a power play that's out of balance here in some loving relationships here and in that karmic pattern that needs to be released. I'm gonna get one more card about it, and I'm gonna need a solution out here, Spirit, please. Yeah, things not moving on swiftly enough, stagnation, this feeling of kind of Groundhog Day, really just always this idea that you're just always missing, you're just not enough time in the day type of feel. Like when you always miss someone, like maybe someone works night shifts and another person's working day shift, and maybe you only end up seeing each other in passing. That type of feel. All to uphold this karmic idea, this old idea, this antiquated idea of what love should look like. And it's forming all of these distorted, I'm trying to say it as it's being shown to me. It's like none of this is you. Like it's like you're not a jealous person, but you're not somebody who checks for what this person's doing or not doing, but it's like a prerequisite of the situation you've been put in. It's like what comes with the package of it. Always being in the dark about what it is. For some people here, this could be people who work nights, actually.
So we've got Tom saying Shem is so good, laying it on out. Hi Jay.
Hey Jay.
Right on time for the reading.
Right on time. All right, let's find some solutions out here. What's the guidance here for the... We've got the backstory. What's the guidance here for the collective? This one, thank you. Oh no, they're not done. All right, fine. Okay, it's causing a whole load of drama. This situation here is causing unnecessary drama. Fights, infighting, like kicking a hornet's nest. Like kicking a hornet's nest. Yeah, not seeing eye to eye, not seeing things from different perspective. It's like seeing things the wrong way round, seeing things like, you know, when you feel like you're living in the upside down, it's that. It's like, where did we go wrong? This is all backwards. This is back to front. This is upside down. This is inside out. It's that energy. Can we get a read on the timeline that is here for this to be cleared? Because this is clearly a misunderstanding of what things were. What happens when this soul steps into their power? What happens when this part of the collective decides to... Okay, hang on. I'm hearing reflect. I think that's where that fortitude piece is coming through. Focus. That's where that focus is. All right. When they focus on what truly is they want, what their first understanding of love is, what is coming through. Sorry, I'm going to need to just a little.
Go ahead. I'm reading a comment. Tom say the feeling of the stagnation is meant to spur growth. The tomato rots the next season, a new plant grows.
Exactly. Effortlessly, without your interference. All right. What it looks like is effortlessness. Yeah. none of the hard work. It's just like what it looks like, what the love looks like. And this is the struggle here. And this is why the table keeps on being set. This is why the effort and the little love letters and the love notes and the texts and the little voice notes still keep on getting sent. Because whoever this is for, the original love that was set for this particular collective, for this particular loving relationship, without the element of this returning karmic cycle that has yet to be adjusted, really, is ease and flow, is being able to speak your mind and know that you are loved anyway. The basis of this relationship here seems to be one of ease. You'll get along anyway. It's not effort. You speak the same language as far as your souls are concerned. You can speak clearly and you're heard. You can rely on them. You know they're there. You know that you're held. You know you can step out on a limb with them and they got you. That's what this collective feels like is on the other side of all of this. Whoever this is for. This is why it feels like somebody kicked the hornet's nest. Alignment, I'm hearing. Okay. All right. Give me something that they can align with. All right. There's this courage piece coming through, but alignment with what? Now we've broken the cycle. Now the reflection has been had. Alignment with what? I'm hearing what is true to you. Yeah. And for some of you, it's been 2 cycles, and I'm hearing 2 cycles too long. So like 10 years, 20 years, or 7 years, 14 years. It's like you said you were going to leave out of this situation together maybe 5 years ago, and it left, and 5 years went past, and then it happened again, and you said just another time, and then another 5 years has passed, and it's like you're running out of cycles to not get this imbalance.
Hey, Gabrielle.
Hey, Gabriel.
Thank you.
Boundaries have to be set. It's big Saturn energy. Big energy where you stop looking at, is the grass greener syndrome. That's what it comes down to. Grass is greener syndrome. If I don't go and do this, then this is going to fall apart and then you're going to leave me. You know that's not true. If I don't keep on doing this way, or this pattern this way, if my life doesn't look this way, you're not going to understand me anymore. Things are going to get hard. Not true again. That's not what this love has ever built on, and that's never what you were about. That's this karmic loop that you've got going on because you've just decided to adopt it. And to some respects you both have, but it's like one of you are like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and the other one's like kind of all in and just hasn't set boundaries yet. Whether you've got a boss or somebody who is telling you, can you do overtime, and you don't have you're not taking the courage to say, no, I'm going home. No, it's so-and-so's day, or no, this is my day off, or no, it's my birthday, anything. Boundaries need to be reset here. You are your soul's highest authority. And your soul is in a relationship. Your soul is in a relationship right now with this love. And it is in this freaking pattern right now because you just haven't set your boundaries. And that's going to be a big thing for you. 6 is relevant. The 2-4 is relevant. Sagittarius. There needs to be a release here. You need to be able to imagine what the new world feels like as you step out. It's like having this Wizard of Oz syndrome where you go on this big journey and you find out that what you were looking for, you started off the journey with anyway. And it's like that with this relationship. You got everything you need already there to succeed. Nothing that you're venturing outside of yourselves to find is going to make it better. It's already great. Hence why you've been there, holding out, waiting out, doing this thing for so long. It's time for release. And after this boundary is set, it's time to release. It's time to forgive the time that you didn't see this. It's time to let go of the beliefs that tie you to this pattern. 42 relevant. Actually, 4224. As this release and these boundaries are set, so will your stability and so will your lives be back in parallel with one another. As I said, it's like a timing thing. This idea that it's like two ships crossing in the night energy. And all will be forgiven. It's already done because of this, because of how you see each other. Yeah, it's time to imagine a better life for you both. It's time to imagine what joy looks like for you both. It's time to have that fortitude to love yourselves and love each other the way you know that you both intended on this. Okay.
So there's
That's what that is. All right, I'm going to leave it there for that one.
She thing.
Okay.
Comes on the
All right. I had to find somebody out here in these streets.
Well, Tom saying honesty, truth, standing strong for our, was that brethren? For each other.
Yeah, for our brethren.
Yeah.
Or brethren.
Brethren, yeah. What was it? Yeah, brethren. So making demonstration of what we can be. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then whoops, that's how I align no matter what I'm doing, that there is the way I'm going. Find the courage, the moments of your life matter more. And then Loretta is saying, you're saying, have been single for 6 years and have never been at more peace with myself.
Yeah.
It's that courage piece, isn't
It's
it?
that courage piece. It's that focusing on your boundaries. And it's that love that you've been able to have for yourself. It's all a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
Hope that message finds the right people. Thank you for all being here today.
So what's new?
Yeah.
What's new? We actually did a post for the Great Unlock, isn't it? Coming up this Sunday.
Yeah, for all of our Ko-Fi people who've been rocking with us since day one. If you're part of the Ko-Fi supporter bunch, or whether you're part of the 111, or you've just gone on there and supported us, or you're part of the 444, like someone will reach out to you and just give you much thanks from us and an opportunity to join us on Sunday for the Great Unlock, because we're not going live this Sunday. We're going to be at the Great Unlock. I'm going to be running through a protocol there where we can really connect with our God voice and learning how to speak out aloud to yourself, and the importance of you being able to listen to yourself and listen to your own inner voice. And it's not more about quieting the chatter, it's about really listening. It's like, even if your intuition spoke to you, are you listening? It's that piece right there. and much more. There's all the rest of the panelists, and
Yeah.
they've got their own protocols. That's just a little tidbit on mine.
Well,
But we're just holding space, and I'm just saying thank you. We really appreciate all of you. Um, we do really love how this community is growing. We're moving over to the O's 888.com from Ko-Fi now. So we've got our own website where everything will be found there. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you. If you can make it on Sunday, you make it. If not, then we'll just see you on the Tinternets from there on out, won't we?
yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll be covering the idea of multi-dimensional aspect of ourselves and how we can manifest from different perspective, different layers, conscious states as well, and how this may impact the way we see our reality and manifest the reality we desire. Um, Also, I was thinking tomorrow there's a meditation in the
Yeah.
morning as well. You forgot about that.
Yeah. I'm still, do you know what it is? After I do a reading, I usually like to be quite quiet. So
So I'll do
sorry.
it for you. So
No,
basically,
because I want to just leave the energy where it's at and take my energy back.
Ah,
Like, I'm not
okay,
attaching
okay.
myself to anything.
No, no, no worries.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
Do, do you want to speak of
Yeah, of course.
it?
Tomorrow,
Yeah,
it's it real talk is like a friend group. We join up and we have these meditations, and I do the guided meditations with Alexa, and we run these experiences really where we just go on journeys together. We hum together, we laugh together, and we chill out, and we go on these journeys, and they've been really, really beautiful up to now. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow's one.
yeah,
I'm always like, who knows? Who knows how
yeah.
it's gonna be? Who knows? I'm always open to
Well,
it.
it's you're guiding that meditation.
Yeah.
You do a little more than just chatting.
Oh yeah, we out here for an hour
But
doing what we need to do. But
yeah,
it's lovely. It's a lovely
so
intimate group, and I'm here for
so
it.
by humming, unifying through humming as well.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, if you make it, you make it. We'll see you there.
um, I think it's
Just
what 2 p.m. GMT, right?
yes, 2 p.m. GMT.
Or you can,
All of the
yeah,
details are on the O's
yeah.
888.com.
So you can register just before the event begins, really, if you are interested. And then the one-on-one will be there now if you want a
Yeah.
one-on-one with Shem. So it will be on the os888.com. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's where you go from now on, really.
All of the links in the description anyway. But thanks guys. It's been wonderful as always. And we'll see you soon. All right.
Thank you, everyone. Ciao.
Ciao.